Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. From TD Garden in Boston, tonight, the Boston Celtics getting set to match up with the Toronto Raptors. The Celtics control the opening tip, and we're underway in downtown Boston. Jay, what do you make of the pressure on this franchise? A whole country is watching.
Pressure makes diamonds, my friend. So if you're your jury, you're throwing everything at the wall, and you're seeing what sticks. Because it
stuffs it down with authority.
Oh, that's a great way to make an opening statement. It's about the team that's able to punch the other team in the mouth first. That's exactly what you want to do if you're the road team.
To Hayward. The drive, right to the basket. Short jumper, won't fall.
You see, Ed, this is what the refs need to start calling. The defender hit the shooter right around the waist, which made him lunge into his shot and took away all of his concentration for it.
To McCaw. To the rim, lays it up and in.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Walker with the basketball. Down 4. Has a chance. It's no good. Defender did just enough to force the tough shot.
Misses happen. Don't put your head down. Let that motivate you on the defensive end. Use it for something positive.
Gets it to go, and the foul.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Jaylen Brown trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 65% free throw shooter. The free throw is good. It's back to a one-point game. Kyle Lowry with the rock. Screen coming. Lowry to McCaw. Going to launch beyond the arc. Too easy. Defense has to communicate.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start dragging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Here comes the screen. Walker to Jaylen Brown. Nothing going here on that drive. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
That was a tough shot. The guy was in your pocket. He even contested the shot. Everything was going according to plan until then.
Here comes the screen. Baseline drive, but he can't finish. Brown into the front court. Down 2. Walker to Hayward. Trying to cash in. Jumper's good.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Ball controlled by Kyle Lowry to Van Vliet. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
I don't really care that Fred VanVleet finished 3rd in the voting for Sixth Man of the Year. You know what I care about? That he was a draft snub. That 3 seasons ago, he was undrafted and nobody wanted him. After that, he spent time on the Raptors D-League team to being a guy that sits on their bench, to all of a sudden being one of the best players on their squad. That's a story, that's a narrative we need to focus on.
No, I missed a short one there. Lowry into the front court. Lead is 2. To Van Vliet. Here's a chance from long range. He made his first effort, but not that time. Into the front court, it's Walker. Looking to make something happen. Jay, for once, Trader Danny was Danny Ainge. Celtics didn't do that much, but Eastern Conference didn't see much change either.
Yeah, they didn't need to do anything if you're the Boston Celtics. You already have all the pieces to the puzzle. There's no doubt about it. The Celtics are now in the driver's seat.
Not going down for him this time.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
To Lowry. Fred VanVleet. Oh, nice find for the basket.
Let me tell you something that nobody will ever talk about. Did you see him slow down right before he was about to go up? That slow change of speed, that slight change was just enough to throw the defender off.
To Jaylen Brown. It's good. If you don't stand in his way, he's going to make you pay.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Screen coming. Turns and slams it down.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Walker. To Jaylen Brown. Able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
Ball's controlled by Lowry. To VanVleet. Screen coming. Fred VanVleet. Deep two there, won't go.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was the shot.
Here comes the screen. Lets it fly from long range. His first effort off the mark. Lowry into the front court. Leads a bucket. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Changes coming from both sides right now. Hayward to Jaylen Brown. To Hayward. Not that time.
See, I don't like that shot right there. Pass the ball, get the defense moving, maybe set a hard screen, roll to the rim, see the ball go in a couple of times before you settle for a mid-range jumper that's contested.
Serge Ibaka, 2 for 3 now here in the first.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Celtics have it. Walker. Probing the defense. To Jaylen Brown. Boston with 4 to shoot. Beyond the arc for 3. The hot shooting continues. He's got 12 in the first quarter, including that trifecta.
And Ed, did you see how quick his release was? There was no wasted motion from the waist up.
Screen coming. Fred VanVleet to Stanley Johnson. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. Free throws coming up.
You never really want to foul a shooter, but if you do, ensure they're going to have a tough time converting. That's good knowledge of personnel.
Stanley Johnson, a couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 76% from the line. Oops, he missed the first one. Good recovery. Hits the second free throw. Ball's controlled by Boston. Has a look. And Boston has the rebound. Brown with it up top, trailing by 4. And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for 2.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number 1, to see if they'll get caught. And number 2, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
Able to convert on both free throws. Ball's controlled by the Raptors. McCall. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
McCall into the front court. Leads forward. Has a chance. And he hits.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Brown into the front court. He'll run the offense. Down to 5 on the 24. Trying to cash in. Off the mark. He loves the tough shots, but that one may be too tough. Johnson to Hollis Jefferson. Now ready to shoot at the line.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
First one goes down.
Good shot, good shot.
And he makes them both.
Oh, yeah, come right back to you. I got him. Here we go. Listen to me.
Reset here. Let's see what they do. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Free throw good to finish off the 3-point play. It's back to a 5-point game. Lowry has the basketball. Here comes the screen. Lowry to Powell. Tough looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
To Cantor. Serge Ibaka snatching it out of the air. That'll get out off the Raptors. Five seconds to shoot. Has a look. He shoots. Oh, off the mark.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
Here comes the screen. Powell to Lowry. Shot clock winding down. Well done, Kyle Lowry. Missed his first. That one goes.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Here comes the screen. Has a chance. Not that time. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. Trying to cash in. Shot won't go.
Just seems like there's lead in the feet of the defenders. You have to bounce quicker to the ball to deter that shot.
To Ibaka. And count the basket.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
Here comes the screen. Boston with 4 to shoot. Has a look. That's usually one that he'll knock down. Late heave to beat the buzzer. First quarter in the books. The Raptors enjoying a sizable lead. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Across the timeline, it's Lowry. The lead is 11. Nothing going here on that drive. That's out. Last touch by Enes Kanter. Powell. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. Lowry. Well done. Kyle Lowry. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Boston with the basketball. Here comes the screen. Probing the defense. Rondé Hollis-Jefferson with the block. Serge Ibaka able to recover with the block. Lowry with it. The advantage is 13 points. Layup goes down. Well done.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Lowry to Ibaka. Great feed. Sets it up. Count the bucket for Norman Powell.
Probably option 3 right there in the court, but every player is a threat. No excuse for that easy bucket.
It's the Raptors with the basketball. Has a chance. Not that time.
The contestant
Got a piece of it.
jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation to Cantor. And his Cantor above the rim.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Lowry into the front court. It's an 11-point game. To Powell. Serge Ibaka. That's 3 now on 4 shots.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3. Tatum knocks it down from mid-range.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
The ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. Shot from the lane won't go. Add 2 points to the board.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Now a whistle, and Toronto's going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. New blood coming in for both sides. Fred VanVleet to Hollis Jefferson. Swings it. Fred VanVleet from long range. Hayward the rebound. Celtics have it. To Kemba Walker. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
Off the mark. Well contested.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short on the shot.
To Hayward. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. Walker. Not easy.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing, man.
The screen sets him up for 2.
I've seen him float so much on the perimeter, I forgot he even had that kind of physical presence. Good to see him beating up on people down low again.
Give it to him. Kemba Walker. 3 for 3 in this first half.
When I think about Kemba Walker, I think about a self-made elite PG. He's a little guy that thrives amongst the NBA giants, and he's fearless. Let me tell you about how fearless he is. Even Alvin Gentry said he's probably the biggest competitor he's ever seen. You could put him right up there with the likes of Kobe Bryant from a competitive standpoint. That goes to show you that Walker will do anything and everything to beat you every possession.
Celtics have it. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Fred VanVleet. To Ibaka. Free throws coming up.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Serge Ibaka at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 76% from the line. First free throw is good.
Substitutions.
Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. To Walker. Nothing going here on that drive. Short jumper stays out. Lowry into the front court. Leads 5. And a throwdown. Jay, I'm surprised he had a chance to wrap him up.
Well, you're not the only one surprised. This guy is not a good free throw shooter. You never let him have an easy bucket. If anything, make him earn it at the charity stripe.
Nothing going here on that drive. Walker to Jaylen Brown. Tatum's shot no good. Fred VanVleet to Ibaka. Serge Ibaka slams it down.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Walker to Jaylen Brown. McCaw into the front court. It's a 9-point lead. To Jaylen Brown. Hayward to Brown, down low. Scores from the post.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Kyle Lowry with the rock. Well done, Kyle Lowry. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
To Kemba Walker. To Jaylen Brown. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
And when plays like that happen with multiple players touching the ball, the basketball gods will 100% reward you.
Across the timeline, it's Lowry. Lead stands at 7. To VanVleet. Lowry to Ibaka. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Give it to him. Kemba Walker. Can't ask for much more. He's perfect. 5 for 5 from the field.
And here's a next level comment for you. K-Walk is one of the rare guys in the league today that blurs the lines between the streets and the league.
Lowry to VanVleet. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Lowry. And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
I say this a lot, and it's only because coaches harp on it all the time. Read the scouting report. Know who you can and should send to the line. This is a case of knowing a shooter probably had a better chance of hitting a jumper than he does of hitting the free throws.
So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting on the second. Ball's controlled by Boston. Walker takes stock of the floor. Nothing going here on that drive. To Jaylen Brown. And he's going to the free throw line.
You got to know your personnel. That's not someone you want to send to the line for a free two.
Kemba Walker has got 2 shots coming. A career 83% free throw shooter. First one, count it. No good on the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Lowry with it. His team up by 7. Fred VanVleet. Count the bucket for 2.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Walker into the front court. He'll run the offense. Here comes the screen. To Walker. Deep 2 there. Won't go. Lowry into the front court. The lead stands at 9. To Ibaka. He was hacked. They let it go.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high off the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
Hayward. Rebound comes to Lowry.
I missed it.
To VanVleet. Lowry. From the outside, no good. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Rocking the rim.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
To Lowry. Whistled for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Kyle Lowry, couple of free throws on the way. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. First try at the line, no good. Good bounce back. Hits the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Across the timeline, it's Walker. Trailing by 10. To Jaylen Brown. Walker. Now a steal as the Raptors have it.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jalen Rose, and this is your EA Sports Halftime Report. The Raptors will start the second half with a decent lead. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaking. These are the guys getting buckets for the Toronto Raptors. The Celtics would rather be on the opposite end of the scoreboard. You'll have 2 quarters to turn things around, but it won't happen without making some adjustments. These are the guys getting buckets for the Boston Celtics.
Game track. Bench points.
The Boston Celtics had enough difficulty dealing with the opposing starters, let alone their bench players. They really need to adjust for the depth of this opposing team and figure out how to slow them down.
Player of the half.
Serge Ibaka is up in the air swatting shots. When he's not doing that, he's down on the floor making steals. Who wouldn't be impressed by a first half like that?
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this, except that he fisted? Here we go with the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
Fellas, back to you.
First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. Fred VanVleet driving right to the basket. Down the lane to lay it in.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
To Hayward. To Jaylen Brown. Boston with 4 to shoot. Shot by Brown off the mark. McCaw into the front court. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. To Lowry. Not done yet. And he's fouled. Couple of free throws coming up, Jay.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Kyle Lowry at the line for 2 shots. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. And hits the first free throw. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. Walker with the basketball. The deficit now up to 13. Walker. Able to convert inside.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
To McCaw. That'll get out off the Raptors. Into the front court, it's Walker. His guy's down 11. To Jaylen Brown. Off the mark. McCaw into the front court. It's an 11-point game. To Van Vliet. And the slam. He climbed the ladder on that one.
Well, the question is, how big is the ladder? He's still climbing.
Boston with the basketball. Trying to cash in. Shot by Tatum won't go.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
McCaw to Lowry. Shot clock winding down. Has a look. The shot clock expires. Tatum shot misses. Toronto with the basketball. Lowry to McCaw. Deep right corner. Jason Tatum with a piece.
That kid can block out the sun, man.
Brown with it up top. His guys trail by 13.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. And the reward, he's going to the line.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Nope, first one does not go. Knocks down the second after missing the first. The drive right to the basket. That pass taken away by Toronto. And a backcourt violation. To Kemba Walker. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
For a smaller player, you have to be more creative with your imagination when you finish with those shots around the rim. For the audience, that may look difficult, but for the player himself, that's what they practice every single day.
Screen coming. Fred VanVleet to Ibaka. 5 to shoot for Toronto. Has a chance. Ibaka shot no good. Walker into the front court. The deficit now up to a dozen. Stuffs it down with authority.
And the defense keeps sticking to those flare screens. Just don't flare out to the three-point line. Flare to the rim for a lob.
Fred VanVleet to Ibaka. To Hollis Jefferson. Gordon Hayward sends it away.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
To Walker. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. Cleared by Ibaka. Fred VanVleet to Ibaka. Serge Ibaka slams it down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Slams it down. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Ibaka. To Van Vliet. Across the timeline, it's Walker. His guys trail by 10. Shot from the lane won't go. McCaw into the front court. Looking to make something happen to Ibaka. Trying to cash in. Shot by Ibaka won't go down. Hayward. Gordon Hayward, that's how it's done. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Jason Tatum pins it.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Fires the 3. Well defended, but Patrick McCaw with the 3.
I got to be real here. I think he was the only one expecting to shoot that shot. The crowd, the coaching staff, every other player on the court, and myself, all of our mouths are left wide open right now.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Kemba Walker up against Patrick McCaw. He's looking for that touch. Powell to McCaw. Powell. To Hollis Jefferson. It's the Celtics with the rebound. Walker with the basketball. Down 11. Here comes the screen. To Hayward. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Powell to McCaw. The screen sets him up for 2.
I wasn't necessarily sure which way that PNR was going, but I guess neither was the defense. That makes 2 of us.
Nothing going here on that drive. Screen coming. Walker to Cantor. Boston with 4 to shoot. Tatum. That's good D. Shot no good.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
A bad pass, and the Celtics have it.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort, it's off the charts.
McCaw into the front court. The lead is 11. To Stanley Johnson. To Ibaka. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Celtics have it. To Hayward. Surveys the floor. Hayward to Kemba Walker. 4-3. Can't defend it any better. Kemba Walker misses.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Into the front court, it's Walker. Down by 15. To Cantor. Short jumper misses. McCaw into the front court. His guys up by 15. To Powell. The pass set it all up.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Now a steal as the Raptors have it. To Powell. Tough make through traffic.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
Plenty of contact. The shot no good. McCaw into the front court. His guys can get a 2-for-1 if they time this out. And the nice finish at the rim.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
McCaw into the front court. Shot clock turned off as they try to extend the lead. Fires the three. They need something to go down. It's no good. Long heave from three-quarters court. Three-quarters down, and it's been all Raptors. It's the Celtics with the ball as we start this fourth and final quarter. And, Jay, they have got to get something going quick. They have not looked good at all through three quarters.
Well, here's the problem. Guys are out here a little bit lethargic, a little bit lackadaisical, and sometimes great teams think they can just turn the light switch on whenever they want. That's not the way great teams need to operate to win championships. That light needs to stay on all the time.
And it's Cantor. Tough shooting. Only 2 for 6 after that make.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Lowry into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. To Ibaka. Lowry. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. For 3, Johnson showing why when he's at his best, he could be a great pro.
Look, I'm not the one to hate. I'm the prime example of a bad decision that turned out well.
To Jaylen Brown. Here comes the screen. To Walker. Not that time. Across the timeline, it's Lowry. His guys hold a commanding lead. Able to convert inside.
You know, it reminds me of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Screen coming. And 2 more points. The defense had him, but the good shooters find a way.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Lowry to Stanley Johnson. Off the assist.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. To Ibaka.
Oh, yeah, let's go. Yep.
Stanley Johnson, strong finish.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ball game.
Walker, work it down to Brown. Goes reverse to lay it in.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. To Ibaka. From the painted area, won't go down. Another follow, no good. That'll get out off the Raptors. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Brown into the front court. His guys down big. Scores from the post.
Old school equals high percentage.
Lowry with it. He'll run the offense. Here comes the screen. Lowry to Ibaka. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. Not today. Jaylen Brown rejects it.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
So Lowry going to launch beyond the arc. Boston secures the rebound.
I got him. Here we go.
To Jaylen Brown. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. with the step back.
Oh, he buckled his knees so bad, it didn't matter if he scored or not. That's a win for the internet.
Ball's controlled by Lowry. To Ibaka. And strokes it.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
That pass taken away by Toronto.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Pascal Siakam to Lowry. Here's a chance from long range. Can't get the bounce. Gets it in the right corner. To Cantor. Fights through traffic to slam it down.
He got through traffic with ease, but if you're going to fully collapse the defense, you're going to leave wide open three-point shooters.
Lowry has the basketball. A drive to the basket, but the shot won't go down. Brown with it up top. Down a bundle. To Cantor. And the basket good at the rim. Now the Raptors going to use a timeout as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the fourth quarter. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Lowry to Van Vliet. Nice pass to set things up.
This is why I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Cantor. Lowry into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Shot from the lane won't go. And he'll head to the line.
I can't believe I'm about to say this about an NBA team because this is what I say to my grammar school team. But just because a team is down on the scoreboard doesn't mean you stop playing hard and smart. You really have nothing to lose but really good habits to gain.
Serge Ibaka has got 2 shots coming. Hasn't missed yet. Knocks down the first.
There it is. It's like practice.
No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. And he knocks it down, Jay.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Lowry to Van Vliet. And he'll go to the foul line.
Ed and I want to go home too, but fouls like that only stop the clock for all of us.
Kyle Lowry, couple of free throws on the way. Shooting 50%, some yes, some no in this contest. And he connects on the first free throw. Two for two on that trip. Celtics have it. To Jaylen Brown. Now a steal as the Raptors have it. Rebound hauled in by the Celtics. Fred VanVleet. Count it. Screen coming. Hayward. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
The ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. To VanVleet. Driving right to the basket. And a chance coming up at the line.
Look, I get it. Being down sucks. But you can't just start haphazardly playing defense and committing silly fouls. Play this game with purpose.
Serge Ibaka at the line for two shots. Shooting 75% so far tonight. First try, no good. And he's able to hit the second after missing that first one. Walker to Jaylen Brown. Raptors have the rebound. Lowry to Ibaka. To Jaylen Brown. Here comes the screen. Walker to Jaylen Brown. Boston with 4 to shoot. Shot from in close, no good. Here comes the screen. Lowry to Hollis Jefferson.
I got him. Trap. Got him.
No good, and no foul.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
Here comes the screen. Lowry. The screen sets him up for two.
Oh, don't see the read. Be the read.
Ball's controlled by Boston. Walker to Hayward. Gordon Hayward, that's how it's done. Looking good, 4 for 5.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ballgame.
To Kemba Walker. To Hayward. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. Hayward. He was all over him.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Here comes the screen. Lowry to Ibaka. Working hard on the glass. Oh, and a putback.
Ooh, really showing no mercy here. This one is out of hand, and the offense is still pouring it on.
To Walker. Hayward to Kemba Walker. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. Lets it fly from long range. Can't go down. Smothering defense.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Here comes the screen. It goes down. Play is stopped. Timeout Boston. They're down big in this fourth quarter, and a chance here to empty their bench. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Just inside the arc. At the buzzer, it's the Raptors with the victory as they win this one in very convincing fashion. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Jalen Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Raptors came away with the victory in this one, and the way they attacked the rim was outstanding. Not only is the dunk a high-percentage shot, it's also a great way to test the confidence of the defense. Check out the leading scores for the Toronto Raptors. The Celtics didn't lose big, but it wasn't exactly close either. I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result, but they can't let that feeling linger. Sooner than later, they need to start thinking about the next matchup.
Game stats. Player of the game.
Serge Ibaka was just amazing in this game. What other word could you use for someone that played the kind of defense that shut down an entire team? Yeah, exactly. Amazing.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. Time now for the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of Ed Coyne and Jay Williams, this is Jalen Rose signing off.